Welcome everyone to episode 10 or if you want to do, okay, 0, okay, that works too.
Well, the Roman numeral, you know, Wrestlemania
X.
10 had the X, so
but we're not talking about that one today.
Yeah, but it's
today.
episode 10.
Episode 10 of Dad's on Wrestling.
But we're going to cover Wrestlemanias 1 through 9.
That's right. Mr. TW, Jeff Meacham,
the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams.
He did his own intro. I do his intro for him. It's a beautiful thing. Again, we did this for the Rumble as well. Your expertise, if you will, goes back to 1998.
Yes.
So WrestleManias 1 through 9 was 5 years before that.
Yes.
So I'm going to just briefly touch on my memories of WrestleMania watching on the Coliseum home video.
Although I have seen them on Coliseum home video and DVD, I own the anthology that came out a few years ago with 1 through 21, 21 being the bonus hidden disc.
Which is why he rocks like that.
But, you know, so even though I may not have grown up in that era, I've seen the pay-per-views on DVD and video, and I can still throw my 2 cents in here and there, just not as educated an opinion as you, sir.
Right. Speaking of DVDs, if anybody wants to go back and record the WrestleMania 23 match between the originals and the New Breed for me and send it to me on DVD, you guys know where to send it. Because my whole WrestleMania 23 DVD does not work. I don't know what's going on with that. We'll figure that out. 1 through 9. JJ, you know, you want to talk about the spectacle on WrestleMania.
Yes, that's the one thing I think that's been lagging the last few years. You know, you go back to the first few WrestleManias and you got Liberace, the Rockettes, Muhammad Ali, you know,
Billy Martin from the Yankees.
Yeah, Reba McEntire, I think was at WrestleMania 7 or 8.
8 in Hoosier Dome, yes.
You know, in this day and age, you've got, you know, Donald Trump. You get like Jennifer Flowers. Justin Bieber is rumored to be seen in America the Beautiful this year. It's still a rumor. Still a rumor. So don't kill the messenger.
Yeah, please.
But you know,
kill the Bieber.
That just kind of shows where WrestleMania the spectacle is gone.
Which back in 1985, Vince was trying to get everybody and their mother involved. At the word set of the score, you had Dick Clark, you had Andy Warhol, you had Joe Pesci, you had Danny DeVito, Joe Pesci.
You had a who's who of Hollywood.
Yeah.
And now it's
like
kind of like the surreal life of Hollywood.
Yeah, seriously. But WrestleManias 1 and 2 were focused around Hulk Hogan, of course, and Mr. T was in both of those, of course.
Roddy Piper.
Roddy Piper's battles with Mr. T, the boxing match at WrestleMania 2, and the tag match at 1 with Hogan and T against Piper and Orndorff. Orndorff getting turned on and becoming a babyface. Leading into WrestleMania 2, he was a babyface, and then he turned on Hogan again, which led to the big event in Toronto before WrestleMania 3. And then you get to WrestleMania 3. My God.
Jesus Christ.
Hogan and Andre, Savage and Steamboat. The match we're going to watch is part of our 3-day clusterfuck. And yes, this is not appropriate for age under 12. The mixed tag match with the midgets and Hillbilly Jim and King Kong Bundy. Bundy squashes Little Beaver. Just craziness.
Get into the language thing real quick. Just because WWE is PG television doesn't mean we have to be.
We are rated R, sometimes X. Okay, seriously. Just throwing that out there right now. WrestleMania 4 is one of my favorite WrestleManias.
The tournament, right?
The tournament, yeah. The tournament. Jesse Ventura even said the first time in history, because, Jesse Ventura kind of outed WWE when he said the first time in the history of WWE there'd be a tournament. Didn't Buddy Rogers win a tournament? Jesse? Yeah. Even back then, Jesse was causing trouble.
Yeah. Even though technically not true, didn't like Pat Patterson supposedly win a tournament to become the first Intercontinental champion?
What happened was
we all know he unified 2 titles, but they always say that it was a tournament.
Well, the story they gave with Pat is he was the North American champion. He won it from Ted DiBiase, and he won a tournament to become the South American championship. And he decided, unify.
Okay, so there technically was a tournament. Yeah, it just wasn't for an Intercontinental title. They just unified 2 belts.
Right. Well, he won the tournament. And then there actually was a tournament for the tag belts in '71. There was a tournament for that, which was won by Graham and Tyler. So that belt actually meant something for a minute. Now the tag belts mean.
Right.
Ford led to the ascension of Randy Savage, which led to the year-long slow burn of when is Randy going to turn? When is Randy finally going to crack his crock again and go ape shit and become a bad guy again? And it happened before WrestleMania 5. The Mega Powers exploded. Just awesome.
Yeah.
And then we get to 6.
Six
And
was kind of lackluster.
6 was kind of
wasn't it?
lackluster. There were a lot of matches. It was in the Sky Dome,
Yeah.
which made for an awesome show. Don't get me wrong.
I remember Steve Allen playing piano with the Bolsheviks. Like, that's one of the few things that stands out in my head about that thing.
Yeah,
because my dad was a huge Steve Allen fan. So when we saw WrestleMania 6 for the first time and we saw him playing the piano with the Bolsheviks, we were like, dude, really? And then hindsight 2020, this dude turns out to be a tool when it comes to wrestling, because he's freaking,
PTC
bashing the WWE for their sex and their violence. It's like, dude, you were at WrestleMania 6. You narrated the unreal story of professional wrestling. And that's 2 pretty good paychecks, I'm sure. When you turn your back on something that paid you so well when you were
just because
struggling.
L. Brent Bozell III, whatever his name
Right.
is, gives you a fatter check to represent the PTC, dude. You're a sellout, and I'm glad you're dead. Anyway, I don't care. That's brutal. I don't
I'm
care.
sorry, dude. I don't wish death on nobody.
I don't wish death on nobody, but since he's gone, whatever.
Sorry, Pop, if you saw this.
I know. Sorry. Yes, sorry, Mr. Williams. My bad. WrestleMania 6, of course, the Ultimate Challenge. Hogan and Warrior. Warrior's one of like 3 shining moments in his entire career.
Yeah,
I mean,
seriously. Warrior was blown up within 20 seconds of the match, and Hogan, to his credit, carried Warrior to like a 20-minute match.
Which made
and
Warrior
that's saying
look good.
something for Hogan, because Hogan
Yes.
can't wrestle his way out of a wet paper bag with a chainsaw and a blowtorch.
Right. And I mean, granted, I'm the biggest Hulkamaniac in the world, but yes, there's no doubt about that. Warrior's moment at there led to WrestleMania 7. Him and Savage. Again, Savage carried Warrior to a great match. Warrior.
And then
Warrior
Slaughter Hogan.
Slaughter Hogan, which was my first WrestleMania. We're watching. Hogan comes out. Slaughter comes out. The cable cuts.
Oh, that's fail.
We're calling Palmdale because we're up at my aunt's
That's
Palmdale.
just fail, dude.
We were on the. I had to. This
You
back
should have told your cable company that the Cobra Commander is going to come for you.
Right. This was back when Fred Rogan still covered wrestling.
Damn.
So Fred Rogan on Channel 4 at 11 o'clock told me the Hulk won the title back.
Total side note, didn't Fred Rogan in his younger days kind of look like Bob Saget?
You know?
Who kind of played a sports announcer on Full House? So, it
all ties in together.
that out there. Completely random.
Life.
Completely random. Forgive me, fans of the show, but throwing that
Fans
out.
of which show? Full House or this one? Yes.
Ours.
Yeah, okay. God damn. Oh, Lord. WrestleMania 7 was, of course, the last time we saw the Rockers at WrestleMania.
Yes.
Because the next year,
Sean broke
curtain
out as a
jerker,
single.
but you know what's really sad? I put up that poll about Michaels and his WrestleMania matches, which one we wanted to watch.
Right.
And,
Which I promoted the shit out of.
the shit out of. We both did. No love for the Michael Santana match. None.
I don't think.
Zilch.
I'm wondering if the modern day fan, the C Nation, if you will, even knows who El Matador is without writing Tito Santana next to it.
Which is why I wrote Tito Santana, because nobody knows who that is. Arriba. It's like Hall of Famer, baby.
That's right.
We'll talk about the Hall of Fame later on in the weeks. And of course 9. Get back to 8.
Yeah, go back to 8.
Hogan and Justice.
Whatever.
Anyway, the real main event was in the middle of the fucking card.
Sid's shining moment is jumping off of a top rope and breaking his leg. That's his glorious moment in wrestling.
Was that because his eternal blood was so shiny? Is that why?
Something
like that. Anyway, and then you had the main event, the real main event for the title in the middle of the friggin' card.
Right.
Because God forbid Hogan, has to follow a title match. Oh, we have to make sure there's separation.
Yeah.
Savage Flair was awesome.
Yes.
Granted, it was practice. Granted, Flair said in his book that it was rehearsed over and over again. You know what? It came off masterfully. Liz did her part. The young Shane McMahon did his part as an agent. Just all around, just very well produced, very well done.
Definitely.
So there was that. There was Hogan Justice, which was a clusterfuck, and Papa Shango and the Warrior came out at the end. And then you had
talk about failed gimmicks.
Papa, Godfather, baby. Pretty much that's it. And Reba doing America the Beautiful, and Ray Combs doing the 8-man tag intro. But right before he hung himself in his hotel room.
He probably did as a result of doing that failed WrestleMania. It's like, dude.
Well, wouldn't you? I mean, you had the Nasty Boys in the ring with you, the Mountie in the ring with you, you had Virgil, you had, Nails was in the ring, I think, at one point during that match. I don't even remember. It was ridiculous. No. Nails broke Virgil's nose.
Yeah.
Or Sid did, or whatever. I don't even know. Then you had 9, which was
Awesome.
a former friend of mine's first WrestleMania. He went to Las Vegas, and there's a picture. You can kind of see him in the picture of the crowd if you look carefully enough.
It's like playing a game of Where's Waldo.
Yeah, exactly. But 9 was awesome.
9 had so much going for it, and then there were a couple of fails.
Yeah.
I mean, you had the debut of Jim Ross.
Which Jim Ross in a toga is just hysterical.
Yeah. Completely
Awesome.
hysterical, because you don't think of a fat man from Oklahoma in a toga.
And then you had Bobby riding out backwards, which made the announce team completely that night. Which,
Undertaker coming out with the vulture, the
over
raven.
his shoulder. That
Yeah.
was awesome. And then Giant Gonzalez beats him, and then Undertaker wins by disqualification. Undertaker comes back and still whoops that ass, which led to SummerSlam later that year.
Giant Gonzalez.
Another failed gimmick. Rest in peace, Jorge, but no.
And then you had Hulk Hogan pull his diva trip. You know, he demands one more title run before he leaves. So even though Yokozuna gets his opportunity to shine by beating Brett, oh no, Hulk's got to come in and in like 5 seconds beat Yokozuna for the strap.
Which is funny because even in that match with Brett, Brett has said that Yoko was like carried that whole way through. The match at 10, Yoko did better despite weighing more. We'll talk about 10 next show.
Next episode.
But yeah, Yoko did better in that than he did at 9. That's what Brett says. And then of course Hogan pulls a little bit.
Yoko was a little bit green by 9, wasn't he? I mean, he wasn't in the pro business for too long by the time 9 came along.
True, that's very
true. By the time
true.
10 came along, he had a whole other year of experience.
But you had, Shawn Michaels at the Tonka at 9. You had Bob Backlund and Razor at 9. You had the Mega Maniacs and Money Inc., which actually turned out really well considering who was involved. I mean, you had Beefcake and Hogan on one side, and 2 great wrestlers, DiBiase and Shyster on the other side. And then Jimmy Hart running around like a crazy fool, but Jimmy Hart is a crazy fool. He's a friend of mine. He
Love
is
you, Jimmy.
Nuts. Yeah, Jimmy, you nuts. But anyway, all right.
Jimmy, you fail for hosting WrestleLicious. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, Jimmy. That's a bad Jimmy. No.
Easy boy.
I know. Sorry. Lizzie Valentine as a singer, really? Come on. Yeah. Nikki New York Knockout as a gangster, really?
Hey,
she's
she
hot.
Is from New York.
She's hot.
She's got the mafia thing going for her.
And she does look hot. Don't get me wrong, but no.
Yeah.
No. All right.
That's probably the only one I can agree with them on. Is New York Knockout as a gangster, dude. I'm sorry. She's a G.
God.
It'd be better than Lucky O'Shea as a gangster.
This is
Throw
true.
that out there.
This is
love
very
you,
true.
Lucky.
We love you. Love you, sis. Oh my God.
But her as a G, really?
Yeah, no. Her as a heel is gonna work out better. Hopefully.
Next, they're gonna have Thunder Kitty coming out in a do-rag.
Okay, I'm off. That's it.
Pants sagging down. I had to go there with you on that one, Jeff. Anyways, that was our look back at WrestleManias 1 through 9. Make sure you tune in for episode 11 when we tackle 10 through 18. I'm the Renegade of Wrestling, JJ Williams. That's Mr. TW Jeff Meacham. We'll see you next time.